So when we look at simplifying these expressions using Karnaugh Maps, this is one of the easiest way compared to the previous method. So previous method, okay, if you have like couple of variables, but when you have a large number of variables, so solving using Boolean laws might not be useful or it will be complex. So basically, when you have such situation, we can simply use Karnaugh Maps. So the first thing that you need to remember about the Karnaugh Maps is the number of variables. If you have n variables, then you have to have 2 to the power n number of cells. Right now, for example, the first thing that we have discussed is Karnaugh map for 2 variables. So if you have 2 variables, then you will have 4 cells, that is 2 to the power 2, 4 cells. So let's say your variables are A and B. So we have a representation for both 0 and 1, for 0 and 1. So 0, 0 means the complement of these 2 variables. That means A bar, B bar. Actually, value we are going to replace it here. So not this one, but whatever the value comes under here, right? We'll do that. And the next one is like we have A bar B, which is correspond to 0 and 1. And 1, 0, we have A, B bar. 1 and 1 is AB. Similarly, if you have 3 variables, then 2 to the power 3, you have to have 8 cells. So one side in this particular case, we have A, that means 0 and 1. The other side, we have 2 variables. Now you have to be very careful about 2 variables because every time when you go from one cell to the other, it should change only one bit. So therefore, 0, 0 is okay, then 0, 1, 1 bit change. Okay, then you should put 1, 1 because only thing that you can have is 1 bit change. And then finally, you will have again 1 and 0. Now, if you ask me like why like this, there should be a reason. Yes, I'm going to explain today with examples why we are doing like this. දැන් මෙතනදී අපි කතා කරේ පුතේ variables තුනක් තියෙනවා. ඒ variables තුනක් තියෙන වෙලාවේදී එක පැත්තක එක variable එකක් සහ අනෙක් පැත්තේ variable දෙකක් විදිහට. ඒතර A සහ BC. A වල අගයන් දෙකම අපි 0 1 කියන එක දැම්ම. දෙකක් තියෙන පැත්ත ගත්තොත් හැම වෙලේම මතක තියාගන්න එක තැනක ඉඳන් අනිත් තැනට යද්දී එක bit එක change එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා 0 0 වලින් පටන් ගත්තොත් 0 1 හැබැයි ඊට පස්සේ 1 1 තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. මොකද එක bit change එකක් තමයි මේ cell අතර වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒක simplify වෙද්දී වෙන දෙයක්. Right. Now similarly, we also discuss Karnaugh maps for variables. Right. Then the next thing that we have discussed, given an expression, right? Given an expression, right? We discuss how we can put the value for Karnaugh maps. Right. Now let's say we have a given expression like this: AB, A bar B, A bar B bar. So which means we know that we have 2 variables. So in the Karnaugh map, we can have AB and you have 2 to the power 4 cells. Now when you have 4 cells, now we know AB is there. So you can put 1 here to represent that the term is existing. Similarly, A bar B, you can put 1 here. Then A bar B bar, you can 1 here. Because the other term is missing from this expression, because of that we'll put 0. Right? This is the first step. So any expression given to you, you identify the number of variables, then you draw the Karnaugh map, and you go through each and every variable combination and put 1 or 0 based on the value, right? Now, similarly, if you look at the second one, here we have 3 variables, x, y, z. So one side I have x, the other side y, z. So this is we have discussed. And when you say x, y, z, right, that means 1, 1, 1. So that means this is 1. Then x bar, y by z. X bar means 0, y bar is 0, 1. 0, 0, 1, this one. Then x, that is 1, y bar, z bar, that is 0, 0, this one. Last one, x bar, that is 0, y bar, z bar, again 0, 0. So here we have 1. So you can see 4 ones here, all the other terms are missing. So we can fill with 0. Right, this is where we have stopped. And I ask you to come up with the solution for this one. Right, so let's see how we can actually draw. Right, we can draw, first of all, Karnaugh map. First step, you can identify number of variables. So in this case, we know one side we have AB, right? Other side we have CD, right? So we have 4 variables. So if you have 4 variables, we know that it's 2 to the power 4, which means 16, right? So this side we have 4. The other side also we have 4. Right. So now we know for these 2 variables on the both side, we have to have 0, 0. Then we have 0, 1, 1, 1. Then we have 1, 0. So this is how we should put the values. Similarly here as well, we can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. We have 1, 0. Right. Okay. So now let's go through this. The first one that we need to put is A, B, C bar B. Right? The first one we have to say AB. AB means 1, 1. C bar D means 0, 1. 1, 1, 0, 1. So that means this is the first term. Right? So this is done. We can put. Then we have AB bar. AB bar, this one. Then C bar D, 0, 1. Right? So this is the second item. So this is also done. Then we have A bar B bar, that is 0, 0. Then 0, 1. Again, this is 1. Then we have A, B, C, D, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is the 1. So we have only 4. So that means all the others, since those terms are not there, we can fill with zeros. right? Understood? Kanta පුතේ තේරුණාද? අපැහැදිලි තැනක් තියෙනවද පුතේ? එතන මම මේ ගත්ත එකත් එක්ක මොබි do
තේරුණා.
හරි පුතේ. මොනවා හරිම තේරුණා නම් ලැජ්ජ වෙන්න එපා පුතේ. ඒක හරියටම තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක නිසා ඒක චුට්ටක් ඒක කියන්න. ඒක මේ ඒක කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. Right. Now that we have learned how we could, represent like this, the next step is we can look at how we can simplify it. Now, population we have done. Now we are comfortable, right? Now let's move to the next step. The next step is let's write down, okay, simplify. So now let's try to simplify the expressions. Let's have the first example. Our first example, A B bar, I will put dash, but it's B bar, plus AB. Right. So I will put this first. So one side I can put AB. Right. This side I can put A. The other side we have B. Right. The values we know, we have 0 here, so we have C1. Here also we have 0, this is 1. Okay. Right. Now can you put the values and send me a WhatsApp? See whether you can do this. Fill the values correspond to these expression. So we know that we have put values correspond to this expression, right? So when you say expression, we have to get, first of all, A, B bar. A means this side, that is 1, right? So this represents A bar, this represents A. This represents B bar, this represents B. So when you say A, B bar, A, B bar means 0. So first one is this, right? Okay, we have done with first expression. Secondly, you get AB. So A means 1, B is also 1, 1, 1 means, so meet in this one and this one, so it should be here. right? That is also 1, right? This is also okay. So we have only 2 terms. So that means the rest of the 2 terms are 0. Right. Now let's discuss about how we simplify these Karnaugh maps. To simplify the Karnaugh maps, there are some rules we need to follow, right? First of all, we are going to group, right? We are going to group only once. That's the first one you need to remember. So what was the first one? So you are going to create groups of ones, right? Okay. And when you're making a group, you have to make the largest group possible. So group should be as large as possible. So now if you look at here, right? Let me take this one. Can we make a group like this, taking these two separately? Anyway, zeros are not allowed. Right? So the first one is we group ones. But remember, it's better to have, right, larger group possible. So that means the largest possible group that we can have here is we can, you know, circle these two together. Right? We made this group. Okay, understood? So in this one, this is the group. Right. Now let me tell you how to, you know, write the simplification. Now look at carefully. Now we are going to assign an expression for this group. For each individual cells, we know the values. For example, what this one represents. මට පුතේ කියන්නේ මේ එක කියන එකෙන් represent වෙන්නේ කොයි expression එකද? කාන්ත මේ එකේ.
A dot A bar.
Yeah, this one is A, B bar. This one, AB. Now we have a group. Now for the group, we have to assign an expression. Right. Now when you say a group, you remember, you can see here, A will not change, right? In these two cells, A does not change, but B changes. Whatever changes, we can neglect, right? Since B changes in this group, we can neglect B. And that means since A will not change, we can say that, okay, so this group represents A. Now, if you are wondering how I might get this, I can prove this using our previous Boolean logic or Boolean laws, right? Now, if you remember, do you remember this? So what we have is AB bar plus AB. And we know that A is common. So that means we left with B bar plus B, right? From the laws we know B bar plus B is, yes, what is B bar plus B?
What?
Yeah, that is 1, right? So when you multiply 1 with A, you will get A, right? So that's how we got, right? So even from solving, we can find out, but we'll try to identify from here. When it's a Karnaugh map, so the group, you look at what is not changes, right? Here we can see A does not change, right? We have 1 here, 1 represents A, and B changes. So in this one, it's 0. This one, it's 1. B changes. So that means we discard B and we remain with A. So this group represents A. Okay, let's take down this. We'll do a couple of more exercises and then we'll write down the rules. Okay. Okay, let's try with the second one. A bar B C D plus A B C bar D plus A B C D plus A bar B C bar D plus A B C D bar plus A bar B bar C bar D. Okay, let's draw the Karnaugh map and fill with the values, right? You don't have to make groups. I will explain how to make groups, right? And can you send it to me using WhatsApp? So we have 4 variables. That means in Karnaugh map, we have to have 4 by 4. That is 16 cells. So first one is A bar B, and then CD. So when you say CD, it should be here. So this should be 1, right? And then AB, C bar D, C bar D. So this is 1. ABCD, this is 1. Then A bar B, C bar D, this is 1. Then AB, 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 CD bar, AB, sorry. We have A, B, C, D bar, this is 1. Then A bar, B bar, C bar, D. So this is 1. C. Hari ned පුතේ ඔහොම නේද ආවේ? බලන්න.
Also,
Right, good. Now you have to put all the others to 0. It means that those terms are not here. අනිකව නැහැ කියන්න තමයි මේ zeros දාන්නේ, මේ terms නැහැ. Right? Right. Okay, now you have to make a group of a largest possible group which multiple of 2. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ තනියම තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. එක්කෝ දෙක එන්න පුළුවන් ගුණාකාරය තමයි group එකේ. So when you take a group, you can have 1 element, you can have 2 elements, you have 4 elements, right? It goes on like this. Then you can have 8 elements, 16 elements, and so on, right? It goes on like this. So now try to make a largest possible group. Make a largest possible group එක ගත්තොත් කොයි ටිකද මට එකතු කරන්න වෙන්නේ? මතක තියාගන්න මේක හැම වෙලෙම දෙකේ ගුණාකාර වෙනවා. දැන් උදාහරණයකට මෙන්න මේක බලන්න. මේක අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන් ලොකුම එකක්. එහෙනම් එක group එකක් තමයි මෙන්න මේ ටික එකතු කරන එක. හරි? ලස්සන දැනුන්නේ පුතාලට මම හිතනවා පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා දකන් මේක ගෲප් එකක් මම කිව්වා 1 2 4 8 16 එහෙම යන්න ඕනේ. ඒතර 2 by 2 විදියට මේක සිලෙක්ට් කරනවා. ඇයි මෙහෙම සිලෙක්ට් කරන්නේ පුතේ මේකෙදි අපේ ප්‍රකාශනය සුළු වෙනවා. මම ඒක කියලා දෙන්න කොහොමද කරන්නේ කියලා. හරි? දැන් තව දෙකක් ඉතුරුයි. මේකත් ඕනේ මේකත් ගෲප් කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි? එකක් තිබිලා බෑ. දෙකක් පුළුවන්ද? ඔව් පුළුවන්. ඔයයි මේකයි සම්බන්ධ කරොත් දෙකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒතර ප්‍රශ්න තියෙන මේක ඕවර්ලැප් වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? ඔව් පුතේ ඕවර්ලැප් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. You can it could be overlapped, right? But better. Can we have 4? No. There are no 4 consecutive ones. So the best one would be combine these two. So there's another group that we can form with these two terms. Similarly, we have this one, right? We cannot have 4, but we can combine these two, make a group of 2. So there are another group. So now you can see we can make a group, 3 groups. තේරුණාද පුතේ මම කිව්ව එක? අපි මෙහෙම අගයන් දුන්නට පස්සේ එකේ ගොඩවල් අපි group කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ group කරනකොට එක්කෝ එකක් එක්කෝ දෙකක් එක්කෝ හතරක් හැම වෙලෙම හදන්න try කරන්න ඕන විශාලම group එක. We try to group as much as larger the better, right? And usually number of elements are multiple of 2. දෙකේ ගුණාකාර තමයි තියෙන්නේ. එහෙම ගත්තහම මේ මැද තියෙන හතර එක group එකක් විදිහට ගන්න පුළුවන්. හිත මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේක ගත්තා. ඉතුරු දෙකක් තිබුණා පුතේ. දෙක කියන එක තනි තනි වෙනවා ගන්නකොට ඒ ළඟ තියෙන එකක් එක්ක අපිට combine කරලා දෙකේ ගොඩවල් හදන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ සම්පූර්ණ elements ටික ගත්තොත් හතරේ ගොඩවල් එක්කුයි දෙකේ ගොඩවල් දෙකකිනුයි අපි මේක සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම අඳුර ගන්නවා ආවරණය කර ගන්නවා. So we cover everything using one 4 element group and the other one 2 element groups. Right? Are we clear up to this point? කාලට මෙතෙන් දෙනකන් තේරුණාද? Right. පියවරයි පරම්පතක් කරොත් you check the number of variables in this particular is 4. That means we have 4 by 4 16 in the Karnaugh map, and for each expression we put 1 and we make all the others are 0. The next one is we need to group of ones, right? And then we'll try to make it larger as much as possible. So we will take 2 by 2, what is in the middle. So that is one group. And there are 2 remaining, and to make it larger, you can combine whatever near to that. In this particular case, we can make 2 by 2, 1 by 2 group. Right. Now, the next step is we try to identify what this large group represents. What is this? Right? මේ large group එකට අපි දෙන්න ඕනේ මොකක්ද මේ group එක represent කරන්නේ කියලා. මෙහෙමයි. බලන්න. දැන් මේ group එක ගත්තොත් මෙතනදී වෙනස් වෙන්නේ මේකේ තියෙන්නේ 0 1 and 1 1. මොකද්ද මේකේ වෙනස් නොවි තියෙන variable එක?
B.
That's B, right? A is changing. So we left with B here. One side we will get B. Other side, this side take a balance. We have these 2, right? C changes, we can ignore. And we have 1 here, that is D. So this group represent BD. Can't understood?
Yes, sir.
ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් නිකන් අපේ මේක සුළු කරන්න කියලා නෑ. පැත්තක මම දැන් මුලින්ද මට කියන්න පුළුවන්. මේ element 4 group එකේ මොනවද තිබ්බ 4? මෙන්න මේක තිබුණා. මොකද මේක? A bar B, right? We have A bar B, isn't it? Then C bar D. Then A bar B, C D. Then what do you have? We have A B C bar D. Then A B C D. ඔය හතරනේ තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ මේ හතරෙන් අපිට පුළුවන්ද? ඔව් BD ගන්න එළියට. පුළුවන් නේ. ගත්තු BD පොදුයි. බලන්න BD පොදුයි මේ හතරටම. BD පොදුයි. BD පොදුයි වුණාම එනවා A bar C bar plus A bar C plus AC bar plus AC BD. හරි. පළවෙනි එකෙන් A bar ගත්තාම මම ගන්නවා A bar C bar plus C plus දෙවෙනි එකෙන් A එළියට ගත්තාම C bar plus C. ඒ කියන්නේ BD ඉතුරු වෙනවා A bar plus A. ඒ කියන්නේ BD. හරිනේ? ඕකනේ ඔය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. එච්චර හිතන්න දෙයක් නෑ. The easiest way to do is you just look at the changes. So in this group, you can look at here, these two values. B is not changing, but A changing. So you will get B. And this direction you see, right? C changes, but D remain as it is. You put D. So this group represents BD. පුතාලට ඒක තේරුණාද?
ඔව් තේරුණා.
හරි. එහෙනම් මේ group එකට බලමු. Right. What is the Boolean expression for this group? Look at from this side. We have only one value. What is the value? AB. So from that side, we will get AB. Right? From this side, by looking at these two values, so what is left? මොකක්ද දෙන්නේ පුතේ එතන? AB ඊළඟ එක මොකක්ද දෙන්නේ?
C.
ඔව් D වෙනස් වෙනව නේද බලන්න ඒකේ. මෙතන තියෙන්නේ CD, මෙතන තියෙන්නේ CD bar. එහෙනම් D වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඉතුරු වෙනවා C. එහෙනම් එක පැත්තක ඉතුරු වෙනවා ABC. right. මට මේක හොයලා දෙන්න පුතේ මේ group එකේ. මට type කරලා එවන්න chat එක. මොකද්ද ඔයාලගේ උත්තරේ කියලා. Yes. Now let's look at this one. In this side, what you can see, we have B is changing. B changes. And here we have 0. 0 means A bar. Right? 0 means from that side we have A bar, isn't it? We have, sorry. We have A bar, right? A bar. And the other side we have what? There's no change, same value. we have 0, 1, which means C bar and D. So we will get A bar, C bar, D. So the simplification answer for this one is, the final answer is, when you simplify using we will have BD plus ABC plus A bar C bar D. That's the final answer. Right. Now let's write down some rules, right, that you need to remember when you are simplifying. Right. So let's write down rules of a map simplification. Karnaugh Map simplification, and here are the rules. The first one, right? Karnaugh Maps. So you should consider the cells with only one. No diagonal. No diagonal values are considered. So what that means, basically, let me show you with an example, right? So let's say that you have a map, right? You have a map. And in the map, you have some diagonal elements. Right? No diagonal variables elements means if you have like values in the diagonals, you cannot combine, right? Now let's say we have diagonal elements like this, right? And if you try to combine like this, yeah, you cannot. This is wrong. Remember that this is wrong. You cannot consider any diagonal elements. Right? So that means right? That means either you can have, right, like this. So that you can make the group like this. This is possible, right? Vertically, that is possible, right? If you have like this, we already know this is possible. So that means there are other positions as well. Or else, right? Let's say we have one in all cells. So that means you can make a bigger group, a 2 by 2 group like this, right? Remember this. Diagonals are not allowed, but you have, value of 2 is possible. Right, now let's write down the remaining ones. Third one, the number of values in a group should be power of 2. What do you mean by power of 2? That is, we know 2 to the power 0 is 1. That means 2 to the power 0. I will put 2 to the power 0 like this. Or you can have 2. That means 2 to the power 1. Right? Or you can have 4. That is 2 to the power 2. Then 8, 2 to the power 3, and so on. Can you see now?
Correct.
Sorry about this. So we were discussing here, no diagonal values are considered. That means if you have value like this, if you try to combine like this group of 2, no, it's not possible. This is wrong. If you have values, correct way is like you separately combine these, right? That's the only way to make it. This is not possible. But you can connect like this, or even connect like this, right? And the number of values in the group should be 1 when you have isolated items, or 2, 4, 8, and so on. Yes. Fourth rule, every value 1 should be at least in one group. Okay. Now, what this means? Now, this means if you take ones, they should be in at least one group, right? Let me show you from the previous example. Let's look at here. Now, this one is one group. This one is also in a one group. This one is in two groups. This one also in two groups. This one is in one group. This one is one group. So that means every value one should be at least in one group. Overlapping and wraparound. I will explain what this wraparound means. Are allowed. So you can overlap items. For example, in the previous one, here it's overlap. This group and the main group, there are overlaps. But that's okay, right? Last one, make fewest number of groups, right? Minimum number, we are trying to create the minimum number of groups. Another one. So this one you should try alone, right? And try to come up with an answer. So let me give you a third one. Let's say we have A bar, B bar, C bar plus A bar, B bar, C plus A bar, B, C plus A bar, B, C bar plus A, B, C plus A, B, C bar. Right? Try this. So this side I'm going to have A. This side I'm going to have B, C. So we have A bar, B bar, C bar. Right, that is one here. A bar, B bar, C. Then A bar, B, C. B, C. A bar, B, C bar. So that means these 4 elements. Then ABC bar. So we can say this is one group, this is another group. If you take this group, what value it represents? What value we get? Right. To simplify this, you can look at here. So A0 means A bar is not changing. All the other values are changing. So that means this is A bar. You can simplify and see. Then we have this group. What is this group? If you look carefully here, right? Here, we don't have any, right? A is changing. So if you look at this one, right? So only one is there. So that means this is B. So the final answer for this one should be, yes, it should be A bar plus B, right? So that's the answer. Finished? So the fourth one, we have A bar, B bar, C bar plus A bar, B, C bar plus A, B bar, C bar plus A, B, C bar. Draw the Karnaugh map and try to simplify this. What do you mean by wrap everything together? So you can combine all these 4 together because this one and this cell is actually 1 bit difference. Can you see here? This one and this one, 1 bit difference. This one and this one, 1 bit difference. Right? So actually, so this should be taken similar to this. Okay, I will take red color. Right? So we can take these separately, 4, right? Like this, right? You can take these 4 and you can put everything together in such a way that, right, we will create a 2 by 2. If you look carefully what I'm trying to do here, I'm going to create a 2 by 2, right? But combining these are corner values, right? Let me show you a graphic, what I'm going to do, right? So it'll be in one single group, something like this. It will be one single group. The Karnaugh ones, if you put it like this, it will be a one group. I will take them separately, but if you like put everything together, it will be a one group. Make it make Karnaugh element hatara puthe namala gattot ඔහට එක group එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? So if you do that, what happens? Now check the value for this group. So now you can see from here, right, by looking at these two columns, you can see we have here 0, 0, 1, 0. That means 0 means C bar is common. And from this side, right, you can see. So A is cancelled out, right? Because A is cancelled out. This side A is cancelled out. From here, we have 0, 0, and 1, 0. 0 is the common one. That means C bar. So the answer should be, right, when you simplify, yes, answer should be C bar, isn't it? The answer should be C bar. තේරුණාද පුතේ? ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මුළු හතර එකට එකතු කරලා තනි ගෲප් එකක් කියන්නේ. එතකොට ඔයාලට බැලුවොත් පෙනේ A පැත්ත ගත්තොත් දෙකම වෙනස් වෙනවා. A 0ක් තියෙනවා 1ක් තියෙනවා ඒ ගෲප් එකේ. BC දෙක ගත්තොත් 0 0 1 0 තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ 0 පළවෙනි කෙනේ අවසාන එක 0 කියලා. 0 කියන්නේ C bar. So C bar is the final simplification. You can just see here from here as well. So C bar is common to all the four. And if you take this out, yes, you will see that that will add up to 1. So when you look at this, we get C bar. So the next one, I will give you two homeworks. Fifth one, A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, plus A bar, B bar, C, D bar, plus A, B bar, C bar, D bar, plus A, B bar, C, D bar. Sixth one, A bar, B bar, C bar, D bar, plus A bar, B bar, C bar, D, plus A bar, B bar, C, D bar, plus A bar, B, C bar, D, plus A bar, B, C, D, plus A bar, B, C, D bar, plus A, B, C bar, D bar, plus A, B, C bar, D, plus A, B, C, D, plus A, B bar, C bar, D bar. Okay, so with that one, we'll finish for today.